Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for the GPP price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. Starting on the weekly chart here or the 4 days chart to see the all-time history. We have potentially a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the GPP impulse toward the upside. However, this has transformed, of course, for a wave A after finding psychology here, of course, after the crisis of the 2008 and where the GPP plunged very downward and of course towards the 1.36, and this has unfolded of course a potential leading diagonal 1 2 and then 3 4 and a 5. Now we see of course a finished potential leading diagonal, and it can be that the market has found a new psychology again and starting of course a new fresh market toward the upside, especially after seeing this high amount of volumes on the GPP as well, looking for higher. And that means of course in this case scenario we are looking at a potential finish structure here, and we're starting of course an impulse toward the upside, and basically even it can be an A, B and a C expanding a flat of course after three waves up here, where you can transform it of course into A, B and a C. This can be transformed to W, X and a Y of course, after of course a zigzag, very long zigzag here, and another wave Y and the X in between. And in this case scenario, of course, you can see a move toward the upside in an expanding flat, taking the all-time high again for the GPP over the $2, of course, for the GPP. Now, if we dive deeper here, of course, we are looking at a potential wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in case you are in wave C. In case you are in a wave Y here for a W, X, and a Y, it can be as well, of course, finished in a flat here or a zigzag potentially at 1-to-1 fib level. So we have two scenarios of course. Now a wave Y also can be something else. It can be a flat, it can be a triangle, it can be a zigzag 1-to-1 fib level. Now let's move inside it to get much more answer. What are the potential for the next price action? So if we dive deeper inside this area on the 2 hours chart, we can see of course a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 finished wave 1 here, meaning you have started kind of an impulse after a wave 2 where you have hit perfectly the fib levels for it, and continuation wave 1, 2, 3, 4. No invalidation, it did not interfere with the zone 1, which is perfect, and looking at the 4 and a 5 for a wave 3, which is pretty nice. Now what it happened here is something, it could be something related to the news or something related to the trade war or for the US election, I believe. Very volatile wave here, three waves down, three waves up actually, and then you got a very fast impulse toward the downside. Huge volatility, which is an expanding flat. It has finished anyway a wave 4. You have no impulse here, obviously 1, 2, 3, right? Three waves up. And then now you're looking at a very fast impulse toward the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finishing a wave 1 exactly in the orange scenario, meaning you're looking right now at a finished impulse, of course, for a wave 1. Very clean impulse, no invalidation for the wave 4. It did not interfere with the main wave 1. So basically, we are looking right now for a wave 2. After hitting, of course, this, we can remove it perfectly, and we're looking for a wave 2. The wave 2 can be the following target right now. The wave 2 in an impulse, you're looking at a minimum target 0.38, which it might be, of course, in between 0.5 0.38. Minimum requirement is $1.29. And that means we might see, of course, a move toward the downside right now for the GPP, which it might be, of course, a starting here with a three waves down, three waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So only three waves, and that means you might get another three waves, or it might be potentially here a little bit deeper wave 5. And then having, of course, a wave B, and then moving again impulsively toward the downside in an expanding flat. Yeah, so this is the margin because of course we have three waves, and I would like to see, of course, high again and then moving towards downside impulsively. So the chart can be able to reach the 0.38, which is a minimum requirement here, and that's why, of course, I am looking for this yeah, for this price and for this expanding flat. Now it's not necessarily to move towards the upside like taking the all-time high. It can be just normal three ways and moving impulsively as well. However, it has much further yeah, it has a further reason, of course, to move very massively in case we take a wave V as an expanding flat. That's why it gets higher potential here, that because it gives you a reason to move massively in expanding flat. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking for right now. I believe that this, of course, is a start of a correction, very small one, that it might finish, of course, by taking the low. Potentially, we might see, of course, higher prices expanding flat and then moving toward the downside. Yes, this is my basically scenario here, where potentially I'm gonna just put this A, B, and a C here. Yeah, so we can keep it in magenta. Here we go. So A, B, and a C. Here we go. All right. Yeah. So basically, this is what I'm looking for. Um, Basically, as well here, you would like to hit the one-to-one fib level. So let's take the target for this as a regular flat or as an expanding flat. Actually, this is already an expanding flat. Sorry. So you're looking for a wave C and an expanding flat. Here we go. Yeah, currently we're looking for this wave A. Exactly. This is what I would like to see inside this blue box first and then moving up potentially. Here we go. Yep. Yes, so these are the situation. Now, for a bigger view, what we are looking after, well, of course, we are looking here for a wave 3, massive wave 3 toward the upside. Now, the euro is a step ahead, of course, and we see already a move toward the upside. And I believe that the euro against the GPP is already, of course, much higher already. Here we go. Yes. So, yeah, because the euro is ahead, of course, with a move towards the upside. And as you can see, it is already in an impulse against the GPP as well. So, yeah, very interesting. So, yeah, basically, this is it for the GPP. I'm still watching this correction to be finished. And then, of course, continuation for higher prices in a wave 3. That was it for the GPP. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.